Starkey just released their new Omega AI hearing aids, and they now take center stage as Starkey's top of the line model. So you may be asking, is it worth upgrading from your current hearing aids? Well, in this video, we'll take a closer look at that question by comparing Omega AI to Edge AI and other modern hearing aids. We'll also walk through the unboxing, explore the app experience, share lab results from HearAdvisor, listen to audio demos, and I'll share some of my real-world impressions along the way. All right, let's get to it. So, Omega AI build on Starkey's previous Edge AI generation, which already introduced several major upgrades to Starkey's AI-driven sound processing. Omega AI claimed to push that even further with DNN 360, which is Starkey's new deep neural network powered directional system. This is designed to deliver the same or even better noise reduction while preserving spatial awareness for a more natural listening experience. While AI processing improvements are still the biggest headline here, Starkey has also enhanced the waterproof coating with a completely new system. They've also expanded app wellness functionality, which we'll explore in just a few minutes, along with other neat additions. Aesthetically, I find Omega AI to look identical to Edge AI with the same sleek design. Also similar to previous Starkey products, Omega AI offers hands-free calling, up to 51 hours of rechargeable battery life, customization via the My Starkey app for both iOS and Android. Optional telecoil versions are available, and they have an IP68 rating for water and dust resistance. We are going to take a closer look at these hearing aids and their charger in just a moment, but here's a quick look at all of our testing with Omega AI. Overall, Omega AI received a hearing tracker score of 4.4, which is similar to other Starkey models, though just slightly better. All right, so this is normally where we would dive into the unboxing and go over different ear tips, cleaning tools, all of that would be included with the purchase of your hearing aids. So given that you are purchasing these through a hearing care provider, they will cover all of that in your appointment. So to save some time, let's just do a quick overview of the case and the hearing aids. Here we can see the actual hearing aid. There are some multi-function buttons on the back. These hearing aids do come in various colors, so if you don't like silver, don't worry. And just for comparison, I wanted to show you what the previous generation looks like. And here we can see Starkey Genesis. I don't really notice any difference in the physical size, shape, weight, or anything between these hearing aids. The buttons are the same. One thing that you might notice on the back with the newest model, there is an LED tucked in between the two buttons. That isn't on the previous generation, but otherwise they look basically the same. The portable charging case is nice. The hearing aids do actually lock in place. They are fairly easy to get in and out, but I'd say that the magnetic lock is just about right. There are LED indicators showing the battery life of the hearing aids as well as the case. And then simply on the back of it, you have a standard USB-C plug that will come with your hearing aids that you can use to plug them into the wall and get them charged. And I guess one last thing maybe worth showing is a direct comparison of the case differences. In my right hand here is the previous case. Then in my left hand, you can see the newer portable charging case. All right, so I wanted to share something that I noticed on this topic while testing Omega, and that is the buttons can be difficult to press. You obviously have control through the app, but the buttons are small, and maybe I'm overthinking it, but the hearing aid also seems slicker, and that might be a result of their new water resistance coating. Regardless, altogether the buttons can be challenging to press compared to some other prescription hearing aids. All right, but with that out of the way, let's take a look at the My Starkey app. And I really do find the app easy to use with an okay overall look, and it is packed with some unique tools and wellness features that we really don't find anywhere else. First, we need to connect our hearing aids and install the app. Your provider will again help you with the setup, but if you'd like a deeper walkthrough, you can check out my step-by-step guide. Once inside the app, the Home tab gives you basic control over your programs, your volume, and there is also a battery status indicator. You'll also find Edge Mode Plus Center Stage, and this is one of Starkey's unique features that leverages AI to find the best settings based on your current acoustic situation. Simply tap it and your hearing aids will analyze your environment and automatically adjust settings. You can then choose between best sound, enhanced speech, or reduce noise. Lastly, I guess you could fine-tune any of those and save your own preset. If you are more into manual adjustments, you'll want to click this three-dot icon to access the Adjust Sound tab. This opens a 3-band equalizer, along with other adjustments, for more sound control. Now, personally, I wish this tab were available directly on the home screen, as it can be very useful. Now, switching over to the Health tab, we stray away from typical sound customization and step into some thoughtful wellness features. For example, Starkey has long offered a fall alert system, which can automatically notify a contact and share your location if a fall is detected. It's not for everyone, but for some, it can be a literal lifesaver. Some other new additions include respiratory rate tracking, a balance assessment, and a balance builder. Now, I personally love the attention here from Starkey, as I am a big proponent of staying physically active as much as possible, whatever that means for you, given the overwhelming health benefits. And physical fitness doesn't necessarily mean pumping iron in the gym every day. If you do, great, but simple exercises like neck rotations, heel raises, or standing bodyweight squats are excellent too. And there are plenty of features within the Health tab which can do just that and help you both stay active and monitor your progress. It's a great concept and I love the addition, though I do think there is some room to make the interface more engaging. For example, adding short human demo videos would set clearer guidelines, and using animated graphics to help count repetitions as opposed to a simple loading bar would go a long way towards motivating people during these exercises/workouts. There's a lot I could say here, but this is a new feature, so I'm sure Starkey is still working on it and will continue to add more exercises and improve the interface over time. Now, there's plenty more to the app, such as the AI-driven smart assistants, which can perform various functions like volume adjustments with simple voice commands. But the big question remains, how does all of this AI hype hold up? And does Omega AI really offer more than Edge AI? This is where it is great having an objective lab like HearAdvisor. We can test every hearing aid on a level playing field using industry standards and validated acoustic metrics that predict real-world performance like speech understanding. So here is how Omega AI performed in our tests. Omega AI earned an A sound grade, placing it among the top performing products we have tested, which honestly isn't a surprise given it is Starkey's flagship model. But what's more interesting is the comparison with Edge AI. In our data, Omega AI shows a slight bump in predicted speech performance, both in quiet and in noise. Now, it's not a huge jump, but it suggests that Starkey's new AI processing and directional system may be delivering improvements. Of course, how much benefit you experience will depend on many factors like your hearing loss, ear coupling, and listening environments. Using more occluded ear tips or custom ear molds could help maximize that speech performance, which is something likely worth discussing with your hearing care provider if you are struggling. For a deeper dive into the full data and methodology, visit HearAdvisor.com. Okay, this is where things can get interesting. Let's listen to audio recordings of Omega AI from the HearAdvisor lab in a typical multi-talker cafe setting. This will allow us to hear first the cafe environment without Omega AI, and then at both an initial and a tuned fit. So use your best headphones and keep the volume consistent for the best results.
Did you hear the news last night?
No, I must have missed it.
Looks like we're finally getting a break. I mean, it's supposed to be sunny all weekend.
Oh, yeah? Perfect timing. Maybe I can finally get out there and do some yard work.
Yard work. My mind went to breaking out the grill.
Well, that too. The lawn isn't going to cut itself, and the bushes have gotten a little crazy.
I guess that's true. I mean, and I've been putting off staining the deck, but this year may be the year.
Trees, bushes, deck. We'll just have to dream about the grill and the huge ice cold cooler.
Now, let's hear the audio streaming quality. We'll start with the original unprocessed music track. All right, so after all of that, overall, I do like Omega AI, and it's clear that Starkey has made some thoughtful improvements from updated sound processing and expanded app features to smaller but meaningful touches like the new LED indicators. As with most releases, not everything is groundbreaking, but it shows that Starkey is listening to feedback and continuing to move the needle forward. Omega AI may be for you if you are looking for good sound processing. We saw some gains in predicted speech performance over the previous Edge AI model, especially in the default manufacturer recommended settings. And that is actually fantastic, as many hearing care providers somehow still don't routinely perform real ear verifications. That's something that really needs to change in our field. Starkey also continues to impress with their very long battery life, lasting up to 51 hours on a single charge. Another reason to consider Omega AI is if you are interested in integrated health/wellness features. As we discussed before, I love Starkey's continued push towards holistic hearing care, incorporating activity tracking, fall alerts, and balance exercises. These features are arguably not for everyone, but they help address the broader health and lifestyle needs of all people. Okay, now let's talk about some potential cons. While Starkey is advancing its AI integration, some competitors like Phonex, Sphere Platform may still have a leg up on their AI denoising, at least based on our testing. Another consideration is price, as Starkey's latest flagship, Omega AI, sits at the top end of the price range. Whether it's worth that cost will totally depend on your hearing needs, your budget, and ultimately you will need to decide that after discussions with your provider. All right, last up, I wanted to readdress the app interface, and I feel that admittedly, I might be splitting hairs here, but while the My Starkey app packs a lot of great functionality, I feel that parts could look more polished, and or maybe there's just an update that's needed. A cleaner layout and more engaging visuals would make their tools even better and more accessible to the average hearing aid user. You can, of course, read more in my full review on hearingtracker.com. Also, our good friend Matthew Alsop just released this video about another new hearing aid hitting the market. And if you are interested in Omega AI, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.